Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin, and this time for the indicators analysis on the chart. So we're gonna see several indicators, we're gonna analyze them. There is very interesting signals on different indicators such RSI, the volume, the MACD, the Bollinger Bands, and of course my own KG trading indicator. And we're gonna see, of course, what is coming as well next and how it supports our analysis in terms of Elliott Wave. So starting with the volume, we can see on the daily chart that, of course, this is our impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? We are looking for a wave 5. Now, your most highest volume you want to see in this impulse is in your wave 3, which is the most explosive and massive wave towards the upside. And we can see exactly here that the highest amount of volume has finished exactly here with the wave 3. That indication is a finished wave 3 or potentially a finished wave C as well, right? As we said, if we reach a lower low than this one, then okay, the impulse is gonna fail and then it's gonna transform to A, B, and C, right? A, B, and C. So in that case now, if we look next inside the wave 4, we see almost a very high volume again, right? Finishing exactly on this wick candle here. And yeah, indication of a wave C that might has finished, right? If that is not a wave 3, definitely then it could be a wave C, or basically a wave 1 of an impulse, right? 1, 2. So this could be taken, of course, in both bearish and bullish scenario. However, the volume is very close to the wave 3 volume, right? Now that is not really good indication, of course, of continuation, because if you want to see a wave 5 after a wave 3, you want to see the high volume again finishing less than the wave 3 volume. And in this case, this wave C has, or 1, has reached almost the highest amount, but less in a little bit, right? This is the only thing. I would prefer to see this volume exactly on a wave 5 and not on a wave 4, right? So that is not a really good indication that we might continue towards the upside, right? However, everything is still possible. Of course, if a wave 5 unfold, it still can finish the volume a little bit maybe in between, right? We still have some gaps here in between both, so everything is still possible. However, that means here that the buyers volume and the sellers volume are almost equal. Okay, at that point they became almost equal. Now what's gonna happen next? It's of course based on the analysis and on the scenarios provided in the deep analysis. So this is regarding the volume indicator. We might see, of course, a little bit lower prices, as we said, to finish, of course, if we, in case we are in a 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, then we need, of course, to reach a better position for the wave 2, right? So we're gonna see a little bit maybe lower prices. So next, I'm gonna jump from the volume. This is the most interesting thing in the volume. I want to jump a little bit here to the RSI. We have some indications which are, it could be really nice considered. Starting from the 1 hour chart first, we can see here a bullish divergence on the RSI. So if we take this low and this higher low, and we look in here in the RSI on the same amount, 1, and this position here, which is there where the oversold is exactly, we can see a clear divergence. And when the divergence is taken from the lower lows, that means it's a bullish signal, right? that means, of course, we might see higher prices. And if you remember today, last video analysis was also suggesting a wave, a C towards the upside, finishing, of course, as this flat towards the upside, a regular flat, right? So this is a good indication actually for RSI, even if it is taken from the lower lows. This is a lower low than on RSI and higher low on the price, right? So these are good indication for a little bit higher prices. Now it could be, of course, it might, of course, range a little bit and then move up even more. We're gonna see how it's gonna unfold. Now on the 4-hour chart, let's see if we have something here on the 4-hour chart. Actually, not really, but on the daily, it could be much clearer. Here we go. On the daily, also we have a very big RSI bullish divergence, right? It's a very big one, and if we take it exactly from this point here, or yeah, that point, taken from this point to exactly here. So you can see a big divergence, right, on the daily or on the weekly at the same time. If we take it from the weekly here, you can see that this is even higher, right, on the RSI weekly chart. Here we go. So yeah, this is kind of a divergence. So what does it mean? Even like if we get lower prices than this now in the coming week, if this trend start to go down with the prices here, that means the divergence start to grow more and more, right? The more divergence become clearer, the more possibility for a bullish scenario to start unfolding. Remember, when we come to the wave 2, we might see a reverse towards the upside for a wave 3, or it could be even a wave C towards the upside, yeah, for A, B, and a C towards the upside. So the more this trend move down, the more the divergence becomes stronger and effective, much more effective, of course. So to be watched here, of course. Now the divergence has started, but it's still not so strong. So the more lower prices we get, the more the bullish scenarios become closer. Remember our deep analysis again. You can watch the video again for the last deep analysis. We talked so much about it. The more we go down, the more the bullish scenarios possibilities gets higher, right? And this is exactly here what the RSI supports our analysis with, right? To get more confidence, of course, about the analysis that we have. So this is regarding RSI, a very nice signal supporting our analysis as well. Further, let's go to the MACD. If we go to the MACD now, let's see the MACD. I'm gonna delete the RSI and MACD here. We can see also several signals that I'm gonna share with you. Okay, so before I come back to the weekly, because it's almost the same on the weekly, same signal, which is perfect actually to see it. On the 1-hour chart, we can see also a convergence for the lower lows. That means a convergence when you take the trend from here and till here for the lower low, for the volume, which is for the bears, right? For the red volume, we can see that the red volume is starting to get lower and lower, right? While the prices is getting also lower. However, this is considered as convergence. That means we're getting lower volume for sellers, but we are getting a little bit lower prices, right? It's not really significant, but yeah, it could be even go more. Now, the more lower prices, the more the conversions become also clearer. and that means we are getting closer, of course, to finish the bearish scenarios, right? Or that a reversal might start to happen. Of course, the more lower we go with this convergence, the more stronger it becomes, and the possibility to move up gets even higher. Other things is on the 4-hour chart. If we go on the 4-hour chart, we can see here a clear divergence as well. For this, if we take from this low here for the lower lows as well, and the volume here, so kind of like this divergence start to show up a little bit more. Now, of course, when this becomes lower, with this here a volume that it's gonna come in the next week, this might also affect the selling. If we go very low with volume, then okay, the divergence become very bigger, right? Much bigger. The more volume we go down here, the more the divergence start to get bigger, and that means if we get some divergence here before getting our last lower low, right? If we get into here, for example, that means we are in our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be a perfect divergence again. If you remember, that it can happen, right? It's very likely that it can happen, and that we move up for a wave 3 or a wave C towards the upside, finishing A, B, C as well. Very, very possible and likely. Now, again, another signal on the weekly that we saw is the same on the RSI. On the weekly chart, we can see that, here we go. On the weekly chart, we already have seen we are looking already to a finished divergence, right? And this is very important that it's on the weekly chart, okay? That it's a very huge one to see on the weekly chart. If we are going to see more, even lower prices, as you can see, the trend might goes down. However, once the trend hits the zero, it's not necessarily that it goes down to the to under the zero, right? This zero could be a support here. It can work as a support, and it can make a reversal, and this volume here can continue just as selling while going down for a wave 2, and then this divergence is already set for our bullish scenario. And look at this trend here where it is exactly hitting our prices for a wave 2 or a wave B, maybe for an ABC, or for a wave 3 towards the upside. We're gonna see later during the price action. However, a clear signal of reversal might appear, of course, in this area, and of course to be watched, guys. So this is what the indicator says, and of course it supports our analysis. This is of Elliott Wave analysis, and this is a very nice signals to see supporting our scenarios. So this is regarding the MACD, and okay, other than the MACD, let's move to the Bollinger Bands, right? If we go to the Bollinger Bands and starting on the 1-hour chart, you can see also the Bollinger Bands are a little bit open now, right? Because we are looking at a trend towards the downside here has been done. However, some rejection has been made here, of course, and you can see that it is still testing this lower low, this lower band. And remember that we have here a 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and we are looking for 5 waves up. So we might test, maybe we might test this again, nobody knows, and then move up to our upper side of the Bollinger Bands, finishing this regular flat. And who knows, After this, we might reverse and go down further for a wave 2, or to finish a wave B towards the downside, and then moving up again for the bullish scenarios possibly. So on the 4-hour chart, we can see as well that we have also hit our lower bands here. However, after a very long one, the midline has been tested. It went down, test again the lower band, rejected, test again the upper band, and now we are still testing this lower band again. In case it will go down directly, okay, then this is possible. And in other case, it could go up again, testing this mid or even higher for a clearer ABC rejection or correction, and then move down again towards the downside. On the daily chart also, we can see that it is very possible that this Bollinger Bands has already tested, of course, the midline, and we are going definitely sooner or later go lower to test this lower band, right? And this is, of course, in confluence with our scenario here, as 3 waves up and 3 waves down, and then C, right? So touching this level, or in case we are bullish, then we having here a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a BC for a 2 as well, and touching these lower bands one more time. And yeah, who knows, we might reverse after this thing. Now, of course, the Bollinger Bands are nice indicators, but however, still a little bit now not clear. As for the weekly RSI and the weekly MACD, we have a really nice signal, right? And finally, I would like to go to my own indicator that I have developed by myself. Well, I have no name for it other than KG trading indicator. And of course, starting on the daily chart, we are looking still here at a bullish signal, right? We did not get really clear bearish signal, even if we saw lower prices. That indicates on the daily that the sellers might not be strong as we think, okay? Because on that point now, this indicator says that the buyers are, the volume of the buyers at that point here are still very higher than the sellers at that point here. What does that mean? That means that when we move down somewhere here, okay, the buyers will be stronger during the whole time here, okay? So the volume of the buyer will be stronger, because on the top here there is no strong sellers as you can see for the buyers, okay? This is what does it mean. Even if we go lower before touching this price again, yeah, we might not see any signal of bearish. So yeah, until then we are still bullish on this indicator. So that means it opens the scenario, okay, even if we go down for our wave 2 or for our wave B here, then we might goes up again for a wave C or a wave 3, because the bulls are still stronger in that position here, right, in this range. So that is a nice indicator on the 4-hour chart. Even you can see, even during this trend, of course, we see now here, this is our strong bulls here for the daily. And then we saw, okay, some bears coming in on the 4-hour chart. On the, yeah, even the bulls got higher here. So if you can see that the bulls here were strong, and then they became stronger even in a higher volume, right, in a higher price. So the things went up again. Okay, the bears got in, as you can see, during this trends up, and they took power exactly on that point. And here we go. Now the bulls are getting in again and again. That means the more we go down, the more the bulls are taking control, right? And don't forget that on the daily they are still taking control, especially in this part of that chart. So this is what my indicator here shows on the 1 hour chart as well. We can see okay, the sellers where the bears were over there, then they took down, okay, then the bulls start to enter here, it goes up, then okay, that is no really good signal for bears here. That means okay, the bulls might take control again now. So nobody knows, we might see again, as we said, we have A, B, C anyway, so we might goes up. Maybe once we get up, then the bear signals will appear again and go down. We're gonna see this in the next days. So this is what my indicators say as well, which is very close also for other indicators. And that's it. I hope that you like this update video for the indicators and how it supports our analysis, of course, our deep analysis for Bitcoin. Thank you for your likes, for your comments, and for your support for the channel. See you in the next videos. Bye bye.